Hey guys, welcome back to Alice and Levi's channel, and I'm back with another video. And yeah, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're coming back, welcome back. So today I'm going straight to the video, and I'm gonna be giving you questions to expect at the immigration border. The first question will be, have you ever been to Canada? If you're coming to Canada, if you're going to another country, they should ask you, or they will ask you, have you ever been to this country? They always ask this question, so be sure to give the correct answers. If you have never been to that country, say no. If you have ever been to that country, just say yes and leave it at that. Don't complicate anything. The second question that they normally ask is, which school will you be studying in, or which school will you be studying in Canada if you're coming to Canada again. So give them the name of the school and leave it at that. No more explanation, just the name of the school and leave it at that. So that question is usually followed by another question. This question is usually followed by, which program are you enrolled in? So if you're coming to do nursing, if you're coming for school. So if you're coming to do whichever program you're coming to do, just give them the name of the program and leave it at that. Easy, simple, and clear. That's it. Don't add anything, don't subtract anything, just the name of the school and leave it at that. And the next question is, what's the duration of your program? So if it's 12 months, just say 12 months. If it's 18 months, say 18 months. If it's 2 years, 4 years, however long your program is, just say that. Do not lie, because remember, they have your information. They just want to make sure you're not lying and you're giving them, and you know what you're coming to do. So make sure to give them the right information, because remember guys, if you say anything that's not on your previous documents that you submitted, anything that contradicts what you said before, remember, these people have the right and the power to deport you or to deny you entry. So give the exact information that you filled in when you're applying for whatever that's bringing you to that country that you're going. They will also ask you like do you have friends or relatives in this country, like depending on the country that you're going to. So if you have friends, say yes. If you have family, say yes. They normally ask this question to make sure you have somewhere that you're going to stay, and you have people that are going to look after you, and you have people that can take care of you for the first couple months before, of course, of which you have already provided your information on where you'll be staying. So they just want to make sure you have a place to stay. That's that. So if you have friends, relatives, just say yes or no. If they ask you who are they, or what are their numbers, whatever other information that they may want to know, just give them the information, and don't go ahead explaining anything else that they haven't asked you. So answer the question depending on how they ask. If it's a yes or no question, just say yes or no. If they need more explanation and you have the document to support your answer or your question, your answer yes, give them the documents, and let your documents explain everything for you. The next question that's normally asked is, who will be paying for your expenses? Who will be paying for your expenses? Remember, when you're applying for whatever that's bringing you here, whether it's a student visa, whether it's a visit visa, you had filled in or you have given the details of the person who will be taking care of your expenses, the person who will be taking care of you and everything. So give the right information, the same information that you filled on your previous documents. Give them that information, because again guys, they have all this information, and you do not want to lie, you do not want to change anything in the last minute. So whatever you had filled up or filled in those forms, just give them those answers. That's all they want to see, that's all they want to hear from you, just to make sure everything that you give is correct and precise. Okay, so yes, so if you'll be paying for your own expenses, just say you'll be paying for your own expenses. If your parents will be paying for your own expenses, just tell them my family from back home, they will be sending me money. If you have family here or relatives here that will be taking care of your expenses, then tell them, yeah, whoever blah 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 will be taking care of my expenses. It's that simple, guys. Do not go contradicting yourself. And the next question that they normally ask is, what are you going to do after you finish your school, after you finish your studies, after you finish your program? So this is a tricky and not tricky question, because I know most of us, we come with the mentality and the hope to stay in Canada or the country that we are visiting or traveling to. We come with the hope to have a better future and to stay and work and do other stuff and make a life here. But you don't want to go telling them that, because remember, if you're coming on a study visa or a student visa or a visit visa, remember it says, like, for instance, if it's a study visa, your work permit or your visa says down there, because if it's a 2 years visa, so it says down there, after this date you should leave Canada, or you are expected to leave the country. So don't go telling them, I'm going to work after I complete my studies, or I'm going to stay and do something else after I complete my studies. Just tell them, once I finish my studies, I'm going to leave the country and go back to my own country. And yes, because if you say, oh, I'm going to stay, or if you tell them, oh, I'm going to start working, or if you tell them, oh, I'm going to try and figure out something else, that's not what they want to hear. They want to hear you say you're going to follow whatever the paper says, whatever your work permit says, whatever your study permit says, whatever your visit visa says. Like, so if it's a study visa, if it's a work permit, if your contract was for 3 years, then tell them you're going to go back home after 3 years. But if your contract said you can apply for PR after your contract is done, then tell them, I'm going to stay and apply for PR, or I'm going to apply for PR before my contract ends. So whatever you failed, again guys, just give them the information that you submitted. Do not change anything, do not lie, do not contradict yourself. So give them the same details that you gave when you're applying for whatever document that's bringing you here. So yeah, the last question that I wanted to mention, which I have already tackled on the previous question, is, do you have plans to work in Canada? Remember guys, your document, if it is a study permit, remember it says after these 2 years you should leave the country. So do not go saying, yes, I have plans to work in Canada, I want to become this, I want to work for this company, I want to try and experience different things and try different things before going back to Canada. No, do not go saying that, because that's not what you submitted. You do not want to say anything that's going to make you deported or denied entry. So anything that you never mentioned in your application, don't mention it now to these immigration officers, because they're going to tell you, no ma'am, or no sir, we are sensing danger here, or we are sensing a lie here, we are sensing, or you're giving us different information from what you submitted, so we have no choice but to escort you and have you board another flight back to your country. And you don't want to hear that. That would be heartbreaking, that would be sad, that would be sad. So do not give any information that you never gave on your application forms. So they will ask different questions depending on what's bringing you here. If it's work, they're not going to ask you where you're going to be studying. If it's visit, who are you going to visit, what are their addresses, what are their names. So answer the question depending on how it's being asked. That's it for today's videos, guys. I hope this was helpful, and if you like this kind of video, please remember to subscribe, to share and comment down below, and until next time, bye.